Hey, we are the Lab Doctors. I'm Amanda.
I'm Dorothy.
And I'm Zhao Yong.
We are biomedical researchers who realized we still have a lot to learn about science.
So why not join us on this quest?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Lab Doctors podcast. So this week we're going to be talking about...
Anger management.
Anger.
Yes.
Oh, I thought hunger. Sorry, I'm just hungry, I think.
Anger management.
Yeah.
More specifically, internet-delivered emotion regulation treatment for maladaptive anger. Before we start, we gotta disclaim that none of us are mental health experts.
Wait, can you repeat the whole front part again?
Anger management.
No, that one. No.
More specifically, internet-delivered emotion regulation treatment for maladaptive anger. So it's like online therapy.
Oh.
That's what the study called it. Shut up. Anyway.
Oh my god, it's such a long name. I lost it halfway.
Internet delivered.
Yes. Emotion regulation treatment
Okay.
for maladaptive anger.
Oh, for angry people, okay.
Yes.
Mildly angry people.
No, maladaptive.
Maladaptive.
Is it? Okay.
So it's like the anger is a coping mechanism for feelings of anxiety or like whatever. It's expressed as anger. That's why it's maladaptive. Anyway, I'll explain it later.
Okay. You have explained it.
But okay, before we start, I gotta disclaim that none of us are mental health experts. So just sharing what I understand about the topic, and also if you all feel like you have issues with these things, seek help from a counselor, a licensed counselor or therapist. Yeah, and don't just take our word for it.
As with everything that we talk about, I guess, especially like the health things as well. We're not medical doctors.
We are lab doctors. TM. Anyway, so what is anger? There are many theories.
The feeling of your blood boiling.
Okay, yeah, that's the feeling, that's the manifestation. But what is anger as an emotion?
Oh, I was going to
What
say
does it
anger is an emotion.
What does it signify?
Maybe you can signify that you're like injustice or discomfort.
Yeah.
All the other bad adjectives that I can think of that you've not bad as in like morally, but like things that make you feel bad.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to ask y'all if there are any recent incidences of anger for y'all.
Oh,
Like,
are you
just think
asking
back.
us
Just
now?
think back. You don't need to say what it is, but just think back on that experience. Do you feel that there was, like that sense of injustice or unfairness related to that? Like you feel like someone was being unfair to you, or there was injustice, not necessarily to you, but like maybe to another person that you care about as well, and you feel like there's unfairness or injustice.
Yes.
Thinking of the person who made me angry. I don't know if it's injustice or unfairness, but it's like they did something wrong.
Were you affected
As in,
by their action?
Yeah, correct.
Like maybe it's like also a bit like, I would never do that to you, so why are you doing that to me?
Okay.
Right? So that's like that level of unfairness. It's like,
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are many theories on emotion and the emotional spectrum, but a key takeaway from most of it is that emotions are a very fundamental part of the human experience. So they serve as signals for certain basic physiological needs. And apparently, based on evolutionary history, anger is believed to be present from early human development and is indeed a valuable emotion. So yeah, like we said, anger often alerts people to injustice and unfairness, while we often attribute anger as a quote-unquote negative or bad emotion.
I didn't mean bad as...
I think it has to be moderate amount of anger.
Yes,
like not to
yes.
the extent where you kill someone.
Yes, exactly. So when approached in a constructive manner, anger can help clarify your psychological and physiological needs, and it can also motivate you to take action and or find solutions to issues that are bothering you. So that's why anger is like important, because it tells you there's something wrong. Let's try and do something about it. If you didn't feel anger, you would just be okay with everything and anything that happens to you.
Yeah, you know, like we get a bit scared when somebody isn't angry.
Yes.
When we've expected them to be angry.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's scary in the sense that it's like, oh.
So what are you thinking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Like what Dorothy mentioned, anger can become excessive, or it can be expressed in ways that are unhealthy, dangerous, or harmful to others. So uncontrolled anger can quickly turn into aggression, psychological and emotional abuse, or violence. And these are otherwise termed as maladaptive anger behaviors.
Oh.
Yeah. So What do you understand by the term maladaptive behavior?
Oh shoot, I just googled maladaptive just now.
So that means it's when your anger becomes not just an emotion, but it's something more than what it's supposed to be.
In a sense, like it is manifesting in a very unhealthy way.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna read it because I already searched it.
Oh, okay.
So maladaptive is not adjusting adequately or appropriately to the environment or situation.
Yeah.
Oh, it's MAL.
Yes, mal.
Oh, I keep thinking it's MILD. Like mildly adaptive.
Oh, MAL, like malfunction.
MAL, okay.
Is it maladaptive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's maladaptive.
It is, but
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying.
Maladaptive.
Anyway, like this definition is what I got from Healthline, but it's pretty similar. Maladaptive behaviors are actions that prevent people from adapting, adjusting, or participating in different aspects of life. So imagine anger that is like so intense and aggressive that you're not really
Functional anymore.
in life. And although they aren't the best, actually maladaptive behaviors develop to help us cope with or relieve feelings of anxiety, stress, or panic. So they can start after a major life change, illness, or traumatic event. And it could also be a habit that you picked up from like an early age. So ultimately, maladaptive behavior don't deal with the root cause of your stress. The relief that these behaviors provide is often transient and may lead to other issues or exacerbate existing ones. So like make current problems even worse because you're acting out in a way that is probably not very productive or helpful. So common signs of maladaptive behavior include avoiding
Punching
things that
someone.
are stressful or unpleasant. So maladaptive anger is a subset of maladaptive behavior. So behavior can include like a lot of things.
so it can include avoidance as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So engaging in maladaptive daydreaming, which involves elaborate fantasies that replace real life interactions.
Sounds so anime.
The other one is hiding your true feelings rather than asserting opinions or emotions.
Oh,
so it's just
crap.
like keeping quiet. I'm just not going to say anything because
Yeah, that's like so often.
it's very common.
Am I maladaptive?
As in, it's a coping mechanism. So
It's not necessarily entirely bad or entirely good.
in a sense,
Okay.
like if you still do things that are necessary when you really feel like it's necessary, then there's that offset, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, what's the balance that you have there? Next is hurting yourself to cope with feelings of distress.
Oh no.
Yeah. Outbursts of anger.
Oh no.
Using drugs or alcohol to manage anxiety or other emotions.
I was gonna sing the song of the oh no.
And then lastly, withdrawing from social situations that cause discomfort or anxiety. So all of these are apparently not the healthiest coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
I do like, I think 9 of them. 9? That's less than 10. I don't know why I said that. I meant 90% of them.
You do like?
No, I do.
Oh, you do it.
Yeah, I perform all these different.
Perform.
I gonna
Showcase.
showcase, demonstrate to people.
Exhibit.
Yes. Why I even thought about this topic was because like in the SBS episode I was mentioning that acting out violently out of anger is usually not a single occurrence.
Yeah.
And this is kind of what I mean because like there is usually a pattern. And also I feel like we would be discounting the amount of work that people do to manage all these things. Like there might be really like single outbursts, but it's because they manage their emotions so well that when it finally comes out, it's like very
So it's
not
usually-
managed but repressed. Yeah.
It's usually progressive. Like it'll be a bit,
Not necessarily like
then boom.
not
Or
necessarily like it would increase in intensity, but there are definitely going to be signs where you know like I'm being overly angry for something that maybe is completely benign. Like an auntie cuts in front of you off the bus and then like you feel like burning the whole world down. Yeah, that's probably maladaptive.
Probably.
Well, you feel like it, you just haven't done it.
Probably.
So, yeah, there will be signs of maladaptive anger throughout your life because it's just this coping mechanism that you develop from young. What is important is like recognizing them and managing them when they occur. And it's not easy, but identifying your emotions and whether or not it is the right level of intensity would really help you understand whether or not that coping mechanism is maladaptive. Anyway, that is not what we are here to talk about. The topic is whether internet-delivered emotion regulation treatment for maladaptive anger works. So whether or not online therapy or online anger management works.
Why would you need online therapy? Why can't you just go physically?
Wow, good question. So
Unless it's COVID lah, the time when we had lockdown, then no choice but
Online therapy, I think, is cheaper.
is
It
it?
More
is, it is.
accessible.
it is.
Okay.
But apparently, because a lot of people with anger issues generally feel ashamed of these anger issues. They don't necessarily, because I mean, it's not a thing to be proud of. And also, I guess it's hard to tell people like, oh, I can't meet up today because I need to go for anger management or something. Like,
It shouldn't be.
it shouldn't be. But most people with anger issues feel shame about that lah. And so what these researchers from Center for Psychiatry Research at the Karolinska Institute believe is that these online methods deliver treatment that may be more beneficial to these group of people that are not receptive to face-to-face therapy.
Oh,
So it's like having more access so that people can help themselves.
I guess it's less barriers to entry.
Yeah. So that's why it's like whether or not these methods are useful and helpful, and if, is this a actual resource that people can use. But interestingly, they didn't go into that at all. Their controls didn't make sense to me. Anyway, so they conducted a randomized controlled trial where there are 234 participants with a mean age of 41.1 years. Biological sex-wise, there's like half males and females, and all with significant anger problems that was self-reported, but through a questionnaire that was designed to help them identify whether or not they have anger issues. And they were randomly assigned to 4 weeks of either mindful emotion awareness treatment therapy, cognitive reappraisal therapy, or a combination of these two strategies.
So it's all online.
It's all online. Yeah. That's why I'm like, the controls don't make sense, because then like, how do I know if it's better or equivalent to face-to-face therapy?
Yeah, they're just comparing like different types of treatment.
Exactly.
Different types of online treatment.
Exactly. Which I guess maybe isn't the point of the study. Like, it's not to compare to face-to-face. But then after that, their commentary about like, it being
Accessible and everything.
is a bit strange to me.
And they didn't even have a control where no one get therapy.
Exactly. But I think it's
That's unethical.
it's an unethical thing.
No, but like, are they gonna die if they don't get no therapy for
Fair.
what was it? 4 weeks?
4 weeks, yeah.
But it's standard of care
Yeah.
or
It's
like your treatment group.
research ethics, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so the researchers measured for anger suppression, anger expression. So suppression is like of whether or not I can
Suppress.
suppress the anger. Expression is like whether or not you outwardly express the anger. Anger rumination is like whether or not you stew in that anger. Like you just go through cycles of like, I'm so angry, this is making me very angry. Or like, why that person do this? If they do this, then like I feel like,
Yeah,
why
you're
not
like,
do something else? Why not? Yeah.
you're stuck in your own spiral.
Yeah, exactly. And aggression. So that's the last one. So a more physical manifestation of anger, like literally physical,
Is it self-reported?
through self-reporting.
Oh.
These outcomes were assessed weekly during a baseline phase. So 4 weeks prior to treatment and an active treatment phase. So during the 4 weeks of treatment, and the outcomes were followed up at the end point. So what do you think? Does it work?
Yes. But I just want to guess like which one works the
Okay,
best.
yes.
Not knowing at all what an emotional reappraisal.
Oh my God, I
and-
just skipped that.
Yeah. No, let me guess.
Yes. I can go into it after that.
What's the other one?
Sorry, mindful emotion awareness treatment, cognitive reappraisal treatment, or a combination of the two.
Oh, damn. I feel like both would help. Let's say combination.
Okay. Do you want me to explain what they are first?
Yeah.
Okay. Mindful emotion awareness focuses on the ability to notice and accept one's feelings and thoughts without judgment or acting on them. So like being able to recognize and accept it, recognize and accept that anger.
Okay.
While cognitive reappraisal focuses on the ability to interpret thoughts and situations and identify alternative thoughts that do not trigger these feelings. So it's like, let's say an auntie cuts in front of a person.
Wow, we're really dying on this hill.
An auntie.
I think an auntie cut in front of me today.
An auntie is in front of the queue to enter the bus. Instead of, they're being inconsiderate, they're being selfish. Maybe it's more like, they can't stand and they really need to get a seat.
Huh?
Or like they
Or
they
they're
are
rushing
scared
for
of-
something or...
Or no. No.
They're
No.
kiasu.
No. They're rushing to get on the bus, not get off the bus. Anyway.
Wow. Who hurt you,
Scared
man?
there's no space on the bus.
Scared there's no space on the bus, or that if they stand, like if the bus is that kind of, bus
There's
that
no seat on the bus.
shaky, if you fall, it's worse for older people to fall. So rather than saying that, they're just being inconsiderate, selfish.
Think of
it's
it positively. Is
Think
it?
of alternate ways that it's like, hey, maybe they are not being toxic, or they're not being
intentionally malicious.
they're not being malicious about their
For
actions.
sure, I think they're not.
Yeah, so these are the two strategies. So basically being able to recognize your emotions and accept them, and also being able to reframe triggers to your anger, like being able to think of alternative things that maybe is acceptable to you.
Yeah, I think both would definitely work.
Yeah,
But I think the cognitive recognition would work better.
reappraisal.
Cognitive reappraisal.
Yeah.
I think the cognitive reappraisal will work better. And then, of course, in combination, that will be the best. Because I feel like these two actually should come together. What? You
Yeah.
can't just be mindful and then be like, okay, done. Like, where's the act on it to improve?
No, so the act is to be able to recognize it and accept. So it's like, I accept that I'm angry, and it's okay.
I accept that I have negative thoughts.
Yes.
Whereas the cognitive
Reappraisal is like, you're
changing
just...
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
To make it more acceptable to you. So in a sense, it's also both a bit like just making it more acceptable to you, but in different ways.
Okay.
So yeah, both of you are right. Obviously, the combination therapy resulted in the lowest levels, as in like that reduce.
Aggression. Bam, bam.
I hope we got that.
It resulted in a significantly lower levels of outward anger expression, aggression, and also anger rumination, but not anger suppression. So basically, the people are just still going to feel the anger. That's
enough.
not going to go away. But the manifestations of anger, which is expression, aggression, and rumination, all are eased.
Okay.
So they didn't really specify whether or not emotional awareness or cognitive reappraisal was like any different. So I don't think that's
the point.
the thing that's
Oh my god, it just hit me. The control is themselves. The control is their past selves.
Oh yeah, I guess. But it's also self-reported.
Self-reported.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, true.
Additionally, the combination therapy was particularly effective for participants who were experiencing very high levels of anger at the start of the study. So that means like the more you are angry, the more the combination therapy actually helped.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
It's always easier to like change.
Oh yeah, reduce the...
Yeah.
Anyway, so what does this mean?
It means that you should seek help
No matter what kind of help.
from legitimate resources and things. Yeah.
From experts from the field.
Yeah.
So an interesting point that the researchers highlighted was it was easy to recruit participants compared to other studies.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so they just suggest that there's an actual need for psychological treatment of anger, and ultimately what this research shows is that doing something is better than doing nothing.
Yeah.
Even though there's no face-to-face therapy comparison, so we don't really know like what's the best. Even looking for these resources online can actually be very helpful.
Yes.
And so I just wanted to give a recommendation for people who actually want to like look at this, because there's this YouTube channel that I personally find very helpful for me. It's a channel by this therapist.
Psychotherapist.
Yeah,
okay.
called Patrick Tian. Patrick spelled normally, Tian spelled T-E-A-H-A-N. And it has helped me a lot to understand like how I operate. He explains stuff in a very clear, very well produced, well scripted way. So, and he
I
has
don't
very
know if
good
it's
visuals.
he's a psychotherapist. Sorry. Yes. LICSW. I don't know. Social worker. Oh, licensed social worker.
Oh, he's a social worker?
I don't know. That's what LICSW stands for. I
Okay.
guess. Yeah, he's really good, and it always paralyzes me, but in the best way. Just because it's like holding up a mirror to myself
Yeah.
and helping you. I guess it's the first part, making you aware of it.
Yes.
But he also does a bit of the cognitive reappraisal as well,
Yes.
helping you reframe things.
Yes.
And he also gives helpful tips in some of the videos,
Yes.
how to recognize and what to do about it. So
Yeah.
overall, it's like super helpful.
Yeah.
And in a like, I wouldn't say concise
not
because it's really long videos,
Yeah.
but it's, I want to say accessible, but I don't think that's the word.
I don't know. It is also...
It's free.
Relatable.
It's free. And yeah, the craziest part is that it's free.
Oh yeah, every time I watch this video, I'm like, how is this free?
Is
How
there
is
advertisements?
Actually, no.
Huh?
I don't know.
Are there?
Oh, that's great.
It's like normal amount of YouTube
normal amount.
advertisements, I guess.
I mean, he also like obviously advertises his own like seminars or whatever that he's giving, or like whatever he has, but like the YouTube is already like a very good start.
Yeah.
In general, I feel like he talks about quite a lot of things that maybe it's like if you want to understand why you respond in certain ways to certain triggers, like his videos are a good place to start.
Just don't be ashamed of how you feel, because chances are a lot of people feel that way and don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So don't be ashamed and do what you can.
Yeah. You need to like normalize, what do you call it?
Mental health.
Yeah.
Talking about mental health, I think a lot of people are scared to do that.
Yeah.
And as usual, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Spotify. A like and a comment would really help us out.
You can also follow us on our social media, Instagram, Twitter or Facebook, and feel free to DM us any questions.
Alternatively, you can email us at thelabdoctors@gmail.com. We'll post the links in the episode description, so check that out if you're interested. Thank you.
Bye.